Yo, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Mixing Pot Podcast. It's your boy, Chef Drewski, here with your boy, Chef Tarik. What's going on, Tarik?
What's up? How's it going?
Chilling, man. You know, back at it with the Mixing Pot Podcast. I love it here. I love Wednesdays. I can't get enough of them, fam. But, yeah, we have a very, very, very special guest in the building. You know, yes. You know what? Just go ahead and introduce yourself. I can't even.
Why do you keep doing this with our guests? Why do you make them introduce themselves?
Because I feel like I can't even.
You gave me three varies. You on a roll? Just go on right ahead.
Yeah, I'm telling. Okay, you know what? This is one of the nastiest men you will ever see on the ones and twos. You know what? This is east of the Mississippi. How about that? Right?
Okay.
You like that introduction?
Right out of the Mississippi.
East, yeah, exactly. East of the Mississippi, the mighty Mississippi. I'm telling you, this is the nastiest man you will ever see on the sticks. This is the nastiest man you will ever see on the ones and twos, the threes, the fours, the fives, and the sixes. I'm telling you, it's your man, the one, the only, DJ Mr. Byrd. How are you doing today?
That was the best intro I've ever received, like ever. Like no, I've never like gotten any type of introduction like that.
No?
And damn it, that's it. That's it.
Can we get an introduction for the
Yeah.
Applause for the introduction?
Yeah, hold on, let me adjust my levels over here. We about to get right. Over here. What's
First
going
of
on?
all, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Let me crack mine open now.
Yeah, look, it's the drink of the day, ladies and gentlemen.
The mamitas. I never had one of these before, but you know what?
Look, our guest is doing our job for us.
You know what? Let me see. This is you said the drink of the week, right?
Drink.
Yeah, but you know, I never had one of these, but I do trust you. Because I was out mixing it up with Chef Tarik this past Sunday. I trust you. Because after that popcorn chicken, I made sure I went back to Red Lounge to get some. And you know, and I killed it right then and there.
You know how much trust he has? He keeps calling it popcorn chicken when it's shrimp, too.
That's really was popcorn chicken.
And
I love shrimp. I love shrimp. Damn.
That, it was good.
Regardless, it was that good.
Cheers.
Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you just, of course, you just gonna drink.
Oh, shit. Damn.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah.
No. Yeah. I'm sorry, you want a napkin or something? But anyway, let's first get into weekends. Tarik, how about you start us off? How was your weekend?
What did I do this weekend? I don't even remember.
Well, I shot an episode of Mixing It Up with Chef Tarik.
Besides that, no, I do remember. The first week of football season, week 1. So Thursday, I got to Red Lounge crazy early just to get all my prep done before we open for the first Thursday. Who played? Lions Chiefs. Good game. Pretty good game too.
I had fallen asleep on it.
Yeah. Chiefs lost. I was happy about it.
You gotta take a required nap.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was cool. Colombian played a qualifier on Thursday too, so we had a bunch of people there and stuff like that. It was cool. And then basically just got ready for the weekend. You know, Friday red, Saturday red, Sunday red. We opened literally from 2 to 10. And that rain kind of just killed us because we don't really pull up like that, but it happens. It'd be like that. We're still growing. We're getting there. Look, y'all came. Y'all seen.
I was there too.
Yeah, exactly.
He was there.
And look, we had DJ Mr. Byrd on for the first time. I'm mixing it with Chef Tarik. Look,
That's all I can say.
Just in time for the 3-year anniversary. So yeah, I mean that was kind of my week. I did a lot. I just don't remember what else I did. There's a bunch of everything basically. So
For real. I feel that though. The rain did put a damper on a lot of stuff that I wanted to get done, but season's come to an end. You know, season's about to change and all that. Fall's coming up, so gotta start making fall moves. actually, what was it? Last week on Wednesday, you helped me record that CVS commercial, right? Yeah. So Tarik helped me submit this CVS commercial shoot that they wanted me to do. So I had to do a slate video for it quickly and then submit it. And they actually said I got good reviews on it. They liked it at my agency and everything. So they're gonna let me know if I get the job probably like this week or next. So we'll keep posted on that. What else happened? You know me, the rain hit, so I'm in the crib. If I'm in the crib, I'm either playing video games or catching up on some movies or something like that. So I was watching The Equalizer because I wanted to go to the movies this weekend and wanted to go see Equalizer 3, but I was just like, I ain't even seen 1 or 2 yet. I can't just skip all the way to 3, you feel me? So like,
I hate doing that.
Exactly. Yeah. I was like, let me go watch the first one because I have never watched it. And yo, Denzel did his fucking thing in that.
Are you surprised?
I'm not, but
It's
like,
Denzel.
It is Denzel.
God damn, like what the fuck? Like that shit is so good. Like I was like, nah. Now I gotta probably after the podcast I'll watch 2. But
Equalizer versus John Wick.
John Wick. I'm sorry, John Wick.
I haven't seen Equalizer yet, so I don't know.
Okay.
John Wick. What do you think?
I'm gonna say go to him. I have not seen John Wick. I mean, I haven't seen John Wick.
You ever seen John Wick?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
The first,
really?
honestly, only the first one. I'm disappointed in myself.
Oh wow.
As a man, I am disappointed in myself.
Oh wow.
But
You said that.
yeah, I don't know. I could. As of right now, I have to say John Wick. You
John
kill a
Wick.
man's dog. You killed that man's dog.
The thing about the Equalizer is he has to go into a situation and like time his shit and like he'll click a watch and shit like that and be like scanning the room. John Wick won't have no
Oh no,
time.
he
It's
has
just
no.
on- It's just on go right there.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why I'm just saying that I feel like John Wick would fuck up the Equalizer. Like now, if it was a game of time, the Equalizer definitely got that shit.
Oh, okay.
But if it was like on the spot, spontaneous, like you gotta crack somebody's fucking head open, yeah.
Yeah.
John
Wick. Wait, I saw the dopest John Wick statue at Toy Mall too. I was just
Yeah.
like, damn, I would love to get that one.
Jeez. What's it called? I also watched Top Boy, You Get Me. I finished
You
it.
finished? No, don't say
I
anything.
finished it,
Don't
yeah.
say anything.
Yo, disappointing. That's all I gotta say. Disappointing. Another one of those shows, just like Snowfall, where you're like, bro, I watched it this long for it to just end like this. Like, what is going on here?
Been there, done that.
Bro, Sopranos too. It was like a Sopranos moment. Literally like that. I was like, when it was done, I literally looked at my girl and I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, really? Like, that's it?
I got it. I'm on what? Episode 4. I just seen Jack stole the peas from the girl's
Oh,
house.
bro.
I just seen that. I'm like, what the hell? Oh no.
Yeah. You must be behind that.
It gets rough for mountains, yeah?
Yeah,
I did
down.
Game of Thrones, man. That last season was just like watching a dumpster fire but burns.
Burn
It's
slow?
watching a dumpster fire burning slow.
Mm-hmm. I feel that.
With a couple of like, oh, that's a cool crackle, you know. That's it. Yeah, but that was it. I'm like, oh my god,
Bro,
bro.
like, I don't know. And I hear, like, I was looking into it, and it's just like, some shows have so abrupt endings that don't satisfy the fans because funding behind it.
That's
People
That's
just-
one thing.
People, like, for example, the only show that I know that for a fact happened to is Boardwalk Empire.
The fun.
People just stopped watching that shit after a while because it started falling off. So they were just like, all right, let's just wrap this shit up. You know what I mean? Like
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead too.
Bro,
Raw's
Walking
fuck out.
Dead is still okay. There's spin-offs now, but it was still going after the comics ended.
And that shit was crazy too.
Like,
but
for
I
2
didn't even
years.
finish all either.
See,
Oh, I was done after Negan.
See, I never watched Walking Dead. I thought it was kind of dumb. But the fact that it just dragged on and years, and I'm really talking to my dad. He's like, no, it's still. I'm like,
Nah,
I mean, it is.
why is it still on?
It
Why
has
is
its
still-
good parts. Does have its good parts. I'm not even gonna lie. I stopped when they got to that veterinarian's house. That's where I stopped. And they was eating. Was it taint? No, they weren't eating tainted meat at that house.
Oh, okay.
Was it that when they were at the veterinarian's house and the zombies were in the well or
Yeah.
some shit like that.
Okay, yeah. I remember
That was like season 2 or season 3
Yeah,
or
that
some
was
shit.
like- oh,
Like
yeah.
early. I stopped after that because it's just like, yo, like
Now, once
alright, this
Negan
is
pulled,
going on.
because here's the thing, Walking Dead, they had a repetitive pattern
Mhm.
where they had a dope season premiere, a bunch of filler, then a dope mid-season end. Then they have a dope mid-season premiere, a bunch of filler, and then a dope season finale. That was the pattern. So it was just like, all right, we caught on to that.
And then they came out with Fear of the Walking Dead, and that was like the West Coast side where they were in Cali, and I'm just like, all right. But I remember the black dude, because if you remember the first couple of episodes in the original Walking Dead, the black dude is the dude in the house, and he's just like, yeah, I'm going out west.
Right.
And then he just disappears, and you never hear his story. So
he did come back. He
does come back though.
He did come back in regular Walking Dead.
Okay.
For like one episode.
All right.
Just as like a where you been, what you been up to, and they showed him. It was like maybe 2 episodes.
Okay.
And then
Tarik's just like, I'm off this.
And then they went. Then they went on to. Then he just leaves again.
And then they goes on no shit.
Walking Dead.
That's why I'm like, yo, it's just too much shit.
That's too much, honestly.
But then it is kind of like with Top Boy. Top Boy had the original series premiere in London on the UK network. The Queen didn't fuck with it. She got it taken down, and then the Americans picked it up and started producing it. And then they had 3 seasons of it, and now it's done, like series finale. Like, it's crazy, but like it's just like it is what it is. We're losing shows, bro. We're losing fucking shows. Ever since Atlanta went off air, bro, shit started going downhill, bro. Snowfall fucked up. Power's just not how it used to be. I'm sorry. I like Power, but it's really just not gripping me how it used to be, bro.
Hey,
like,
what?
Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Kind of hit the hey, yo button. But, yeah, bro. Like, I don't know. There's nothing captivating. The only show out right now that I can actually sit here and be like, yo, that shit is fucking cool is the show called Gangs of London, bro. Gangs of London. And that's the new Top Boy I was telling you. Yeah. Bro. That shit blows Top Boy out of the water. Like, Top Boy is like the street guys, like all beefing with each other. Gangs of London are like the top leaders, like of the world. Like,
check out Manifest.
Is it the show where they're on the plane?
Yeah,
I watched it. We watched it.
Okay, I never finished it. Well, we've been working on it, been trying to, but I have a 6-month-old fast. So enough said.
You're good. But yeah, how about your weekend?
My weekend, what did I do? So Friday was my friend Crystal's birthday, so we went down to Boombox and sang some karaoke.
Okay.
It's a karaoke bar. I sounded horrible, but it's alright though.
What song did you sing?
The Pokemon theme song.
Hey!
All the fellas got together. We sung the Pokemon theme song with our chest. I sung Bohemian Rhapsody.
Hell yeah.
If It Isn't Love by New Edition.
Okay.
For old folks like me up in. Yes, I'm currently the oldest one right now.
No, you're good.
Yeah, there was a whole mess of songs that we were singing. Let me see, what did I do Saturday?
Saturday. Oh.
Saturday. I gotta look at my calendar. Did I DJ on Saturday? I want to say no. I was supposed to, but they ended up canceling the party that I was supposed to DJ.
What kind of party was it?
It was at a club. But it's just that like PVD Fest was going on, and a bunch of things was going on. Like, you don't understand. You work it out, so it was like kind of messed up. It messed a lot of things up. Plus, I think it did rain a bit on Saturday.
Yeah, right.
And Sunday, did my guest spot on Mixing It Up with Chef Tarik. Ate some popcorn shrimp. And then I went to my boy's house and we just watched football like all day. Went to Red Lounge, ordered some popcorn shrimp, and then watched my Cowboys decimate those Giants.
Do you feel better about your Cowboys season after that win?
I'll put it this way, because I try to be realistic when it comes to my Cowboys. Right? I enjoyed the win very much.
Okay.
But it's only week 1.
Alright, there you go.
I'm not putting no stamps yet until maybe till November.
Okay.
But it's only week 1, so I enjoyed it, but I'm not letting my head get into it.
Giants fucking suck.
That was bad. It got to the
fucking
point-
suck.
I think after sack number 5, I was like, all right, the offensive line just hates it.
The crazy thing is, the first drive was going well. I'm like, all right, they're driving, they're doing it. All right, cool. We go messed up right there. All right, cool. Field goal, whatever. Blocked the field goal, returned it. I said, damn. And then Michael Parsons got in on the next drive. I said, damn. And it just keeps going on.
It was- Like, Daniel Jones was just seeing stars.
$40 million. I just want to let you know, he got paid this offseason.
Yeah, 40 million.
But
He got
Saquon
paid.
did.
Yeah,
But
he got
Saquon
paid
did.
before Saquon.
But Saquon did. That should tell you something.
Yeah.
He should never got paid to begin with.
Yeah,
But,
you know, well, you know what? I'm easy one for my Cowboys. Easy 2 wins, and I'm okay with that.
Well, alright. That was everybody's weekend, right?
Yeah.
Wrap up the weekends. Alright, so let's get into the next topic. What you got for us? Word of the day.
Word of the day, ladies and gentlemen. We do a word of the day, a culinary term just to educate the people out there, the masses, about some food. That's what we are. We chefs. We the Mix and Pop podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
So today's word of the day, ladies and gentlemen, is basting. Now, I also forgot. And she probably killed me for it. I was with my girlfriend yesterday. Yes, at a lovely house in Dorchester. And I cooked for her and her mom yesterday. So I was like, you know,
Aren't you a darling?
yeah, right.
Okay.
I don't cook for anybody else, but you know.
Cook for me.
Besides
Yeah,
the DJ,
he cooks for me and my girlfriend. What is he talking about,
one that y'all are paying customers. That's why. For paying people, I cook.
crazy. That's
For paying people, I cook for.
She is a lovely young lady, by the
My
way.
girlfriend?
Yeah.
Thank
She is very lovely.
You're lying.
She was, when I met her, she was just very nice. She was so polite. I'm like, she is lovely.
Right?
you. Not ratchet. Not too loud.
Yeah. You ain't met her.
She
Oh,
did
yeah.
have drink in hand. Martini at that.
Exactly. She did.
All good.
There was no Hennessy in there.
Not that you seen. No, but no, yeah, we did some steak, some Brussels. I did some fried shrimp. I did try to do some frites, but kind of messed that up. So we just like, screw it, 86, whatever. But I basically basted our steak. So basically, basting is when you're pouring juices or melting fat over your meat, such as steak.
Hey, yo.
over your proteins during cooking, and basically what it does is it keeps the moisture inside of the protein.
That's what she said.
No cap, bro.
You're basically just putting fat over your protein, just kind of helping the moisture stay inside and stuff like that.
Oh my God, this is wonderful.
Yeah. Turkeys, it's great for when you're cooking it in the oven. You're just basically taking the juices and just pouring it right on top of your baster, your turkey baster. The more famous one is when you're doing it with like steaks or pork chops or pork tenderloins and stuff like that. You're basically taking butter, garlic, herbs, anything, either thyme, rosemary, or anything you got like that. You literally just tossing the butter right onto the steak or the pork chop, basically just giving it more flavor, just keeping the moisture inside and stuff like that. So that's basically basting. And that's what I did yesterday for the dinner and stuff like that. Like I had the steaks, basically had a hot, nice scorching pan, steaks on, stuff like that. Basted everything. And yeah, they loved it. Mom loved it.
That's all that matters, really.
So
Exactly.
yeah, but I mean that's basically. Drew, you know we've done it thousands and thousands of times.
Basting, one big basting I remember doing is definitely with salmon, finishing it with garlic, lemon, and butter. Always basting it like that. I remember doing the pan-fried chicken. Pan-seared chicken. I'm bugging out. Pan-fried chicken. Pan-seared chicken. And we would base it with the garlic butter too. With the rosemary and thyme, garlic, and butter.
You can also do it
that
with
big ass spoon. What you do is you take the protein and you put it in the middle of the pan and you tilt it so all the juices get down to the bottom of the pan, and then you just scoop it and you're literally just throwing it back on the protein.
You can also base eggs. If you're doing fried eggs, but you don't want to flip it over, you can basically just kind of do the same thing. Just the oil basically just kind of just toss it right on top of the yolk basically, and it'll just kind of cover up. So I learned that one from Marriott. Cause randomly
that's some hotel shit.
Yeah, so
Marriott, yo, we really are some Marriott kids. Like,
yeah,
fuck, Marriott raised us. That's just wild.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, basting. What else was a fire basting? Basting scallops is a big one.
Scallops is the big
You
one as
always
well.
baste
Just put butter.
scallops, yeah.
Really just sear your scallops, throw those in the oven for a few minutes, take them out. They're like basically done. Then I just basically just toss some butter on top. Some garlic, some rosemary, some thyme. Really just same thing. Just toss it, just give it some flavor. Plate it right there. No one with like steaks or pork chops, you would like let it rest or something like that. Just to get like the temperatures right. Scallops. So once you baste it, you can either put it on a tray just so it's all the just kind of all the juices kind of like just come off of it, or you just plate it right there basically. So
I remember making dashi. It was kombu dashi, but it was an orange kombu dashi. And we were actually basting the orange peels, and we were getting the like. I guess we were extracting the flavor from the orange peels pretty much in the liquid, because that's what we would do. We would baste it, and then we would just collect the basting liquid and just collect that and use it as we would mix it with kombu, and then literally it would just be a dashi. So we would have it with what was that? Thinly sliced fish. Fuck, what is that shit called?
Tilapia?
No, it's a raw fish. It's a
sushi.
It's not sushi. It's damn, I would have to phone a friend. Great. Let me phone a friend. There's my phone.
Lifeline.
This man talking about phoning my friend. What's some of your favorite dishes? That's what we're gonna talk about.
Oh my god, I love me some soul food. So like fried, collard greens, fried chicken, pretty much anything else fried. I eat hardly. I do love Dominican food. I've grown in recent years. I've grown to love sushi. Like some of my favorite spots is like Jackie's, or even I could sell it for Dirty Mall sushi and stuff. Like they have a mango one that's really good.
Yeah.
And some shrimp tempura and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm always open to try anything. Just
your phone a friend didn't work. Time's up.
yeah.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? They didn't pick up.
So we're broke again, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
But nah, it was some fish that we used to get.
Mackerel?
I think it was hake. I want to say it was hake, or it was some.
Haddock?
Might have been haddock, but what we would do is we would take the whole fillet and we would like thinly slice it, and it was raw too.
Wow.
And like you would literally just roll it up, and then you would put it in this liquid, which was the dashi, and you would eat it raw. It was just raw fish, pretty much.
I'll try that.
But it was I can't even fucking think about what the dish is.
Every time I eat sushi, I always get a salmon sashimi with it.
Yeah.
It's basically
It's
like
kinda like that.
just a slice of raw salmon.
Yep.
And it's delicious.
But yeah, we used to serve that shit all the time at Queen. We used to hate making that shit too because nobody trying to slice, because they would want it, especially for breakfast. Like you want raw fish first thing in the morning. Like, come on, you're bugging out, bro. Like, and then after that, you want me to serve you a fruit plate. Like, so now I gotta go make this kombu dashi dish and then run over here, and I gotta wash my hands and make sure everything's sanitized right down before I go cutting on some fruit. Like, shit would be annoying. And then you'd be like 5 tickets of those, and you're just like, I'm gonna die.
Just wear gloves.
Yeah, like you would wear gloves, but still, like fish and then ready to eat foods is just cross contamination.
Yeah, that's true.
So adorable. That was an adorable answer. Just wear gloves, yeah. And you gotta change them every 2 seconds.
Nah, no bullshit. Like there's sometimes like you gotta, when you're a culinarian, you gotta adjust to like knowing that not everybody knows how to like cook or knows like extensive shit that the way you know it. So like, especially with my girlfriend, like when she'll be like, yeah, like the other day she wanted to bake cookies, right? I hate to put her on blast, but she wanted to bake cookies. she pulls out wax paper and puts it on the sheet tray, and then I'm just like, and I'm looking at her like literally, and I'm just like, yo, like, what you got on that sheet tray? And then she was just like, wait, I put the paper on it, and I was just like, yeah, that's wax paper. Like, if you put that in the oven, you're gonna burn down my house. And she was just like, what? Like, what? I thought this was parchment foil, right? No, you use parchment paper.
Parchment paper,
Parchment,
aluminum foil. If you have the spray can, you can use a spray can.
It's better to use parchment paper though.
Yeah.
Especially for like baked goods. That's what it's used for.
Oh, all right.
So,
For the most part, I never have parchment paper, so I really just use the foil. So, for some cookies.
but yeah, it's just like stuff like that. But now when it just reminded me because when you're just like, yeah, just use gloves. I was just like, yo, that's some shit that she would have said to me. She'd be like, what's the big deal? Just use fucking gloves. Be like, I wish it was that easy. Yeah. But you can get people fucked up. Sick of shit.
Listen, you learn something new every day.
Nah, for real though. Yeah, like.
But yeah, that's the word of the day. So.
All right, word on the street. About to get into it real quick. It's gonna be a little debate. Now, Tarik, you gotta help me out because I'm drawing a blank. What was the dude's name?
All right, so Noah Lyles, the track runner.
Yes.
They asked him like, oh, I don't know what they asked him specifically, but he was talking about like how NBA for the finals they say they're the world champions, and he's like, world champions of what? United States, like you guys don't play anyone overseas and stuff like that, and it caused a commotion. Everyone started going, but then everyone had their own debates and stuff like that, talking about like, oh, well, is a world championship? Oh no, it's not a world champion and stuff like that. So.
Well, okay,
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah,
I get it.
I
I totally get it because okay, I'm a huge pro wrestling fan,
Okay.
as we discussed,
Mm-hmm.
and the same argument can happen with pro wrestling. You know, with AEW, fledgling new company, they have an AEW world title, but until London, it was never defended outside the country. So it's like, how can it be a world title if you're not defending it across the world? You know, in other countries. So I kind of get what they're saying. I do get what they're saying, but when like the NBA does it or any other sports teams or sports say that like, okay, we are the world champions, it's just a way of, it's just prestige. You know, it's just a way of saying this is the top title.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then you have second place or third place or wherever. You know, we are the world champions. It's the title. That's it. We are the best in our world.
I feel that.
So it's kind of crazy that you brought up like how AEW did it. Until really like a few weeks ago when they did it in London, like it wasn't wrestled outside the States.
Fine. He wrestled in Canada.
Okay.
That counts. But until
London, it was like, okay, it's not a world championship. So I'll take it a step further. If companies don't intercross with each other, like if WWE and AEW don't have a world championship match, is it really a world championship?
And that's where the prestige title
Because AEW
you have a universal title and Roman ain't go to Jupiter to defend that title.
Exactly.
So it's like it's just a level of the title's prestige. That
it makes sense. So I understand it more. I was kind of like with all NBA players. NBA players kind of clown like, all right, what are you talking about? Like, yeah, it's a world championship and stuff like that. And again, I've heard a lot of different takes, like soccer players and this and that and stuff like that. I do understand kind of after like the FIBA World Championships for basketball, and like the US came in fourth, and Germany, Serbia, and then Canada that medal basically. Germany won the whole thing. And again, Stephen A. said it best, like, all right, all the best players are from Europe or overseas are in the NBA. So obviously, there's a reason for that. It's the top company and stuff. But again, I understand where people say, oh, well, it's not world, championship and stuff like that. And you can see, okay, US didn't win, even though you can't blame players that played because a lot of the top players they didn't want to play. Now all of a sudden they're talking about, oh yeah, we're gonna play in the Olympics and stuff. So again, you can't say NBA is not a world title or Americans don't play for world titles because they do play in Olympics all the time. They always play in the FIBA. It's just like how in soccer they play the World Cup. The best country always plays.
My opinion is kind of feeding off what you just said though, but if your sport is represented in the Olympics, which is the meeting place of the world to play sports, of the best in the world, America's not just picking scrubs to go represent Team America. Neither is fucking Yugoslavia and all these other countries, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The best of the world go to the Olympics. If your sport is represented in the Olympics, I feel like that's the world championship.
For the majority.
If you're not bringing home gold, bro, and representing the American flag on your back, bro, like you're not a world
for a majority of sports, because I know like soccer, not all the players go play.
Yeah, but like still, like Olympics, if you're not bringing home a gold medal, in my eyes, you're not a world champion. They are bringing home gold medals because they have Team USA basketball. They have Team USA track events. They have Team USA a lot of things. So
we cover everything.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we're the only country that covers.
So like in our own right, we are world champions if you want to be like
basketball and stuff.
Exactly.
And again, that's something that I didn't agree with either when he's saying it. It's like, okay, I get what you're saying, and I feel like he really wants to put more shine on track and field and stuff because you don't really see it until it's around.
I sit here and watch. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I be watching the trials. I literally just, you know me, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
I sit here. I'll watch Sha'Carri run. I'll watch Team USA 4x4s. I watch all that shit because I used to run track like heavy and I was into that shit. So like literally like I'll be sitting. And I don't know if you're like have that sport or anything that you were really into when you were like younger or anything, but like I'll be sitting here on the couch and when they're at the starting line with the gun and everything, like my heart will be racing because I feel like I'm out there on the track type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's crazy. Like I don't know what were you about to say.
No, but
I was kind of just agreeing with you.
Yeah.
No, but I was saying like, all right, like again, I get what he's saying. He wants to put the shine on track and stuff like that. But again, when we're looking at the Olympics, the last couple years, who's been the world champions? The USA. So then when they bring it home and they play in the NBA, they want to talk about USA. Or does it want to talk about world championship? Yeah, you can, because until someone beats them there, it's theirs. It's theirs to be taken.
I mean, it is a stupid debate.
So
it's like,
I mean, it's not a stupid debate because it's like it kind of has taken like, well, is it? Well, what about this sport? Because like baseball, they can say, oh, this is the championship.
World Series championship.
You can say World Series, it's the world and stuff like that. But until they play the World Baseball Classic, which they did this year, and Japan won. Japan's one of the best teams. It's like, all right, until you can say that, or until you can make those competitions and stuff, it's like, okay, you can do it. I heard someone say, like, back in the 90s, and I don't know if you will remember, there was, like, the NBA champion would basically face, like, the best teams from, like, Croatia or Serbia and stuff like that, and they would come over here and play the tournament, and USA used to win all the time, and then for some reason they stopped doing it.
I remember.
was it baseball?
It was basketball.
The closest thing I remember was the Olympics. You know, the original Dream Team. And
Yeah, 92.
yeah, oh God. I remember, like, because that was like Jordan, Pippen, you know, all that. So, like, they would obliterate these teams. And then the players be like, I want to take a picture with you. Can I get your autograph? I'm like,
Yeah. It's just crazy.
Yeah. Also, I heard someone say if you take the best team in any of these countries and put them against the Denver Nuggets, they're going to get blown out, which is probably true because Jokic and Murray is just different. But
yeah.
That is wild.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about.
That's the word on the street, really. I thought that was a good debate. I think, in my opinion, it's a stupid debate because, I don't know, I just feel like we all represent America. If you want to be world champions, be world champions. It sounds stupid. Maybe stupid to some people, but like, hey, if you're the best at your sport, you can call yourself a world champion.
Well, there you go.
Love the skin you're in. That's my message of the day.
All right. Well, let's get to our topics today.
Okay.
DJ Mr. Byrd,
Okay.
Providence, Rhode Island, born
There you go.
and raised.
Yes, I am.
East of the Mississippi.
Yes.
Best spinner.
What was your upbringing like?
I actually had a pretty good childhood. You know, easy to get into. You know, the gangbang stuff, but I just never got into it. Brought up, came from a church family and stuff. Grew up South Providence. Went to graduated from Hope High School, and yeah, I'll just get out in 2002.
You lived from South Providence, but graduated from Hope?
Yeah,
Okay.
a lot of people did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, everybody did the Hope High South Side Walk, which wasn't as bad as everybody. You know, go down 30th Street, Angel, go to downtown, and then hit Broad. You home.
Yeah. There you go.
But yeah, I've been involved in hip hop since I was 12 years old. I used to break dance back at City Arts. Big shout out to Donnie Center, who used to teach me break dancing back in the day. And then it wasn't until probably about 9 years ago I was listening to the Breakfast Club and just said, like, I listened to a whole entire episode and I was just like, you know what, I can do this. So big shout out to Justin Case. He had some adult DJ classes going on, so I took him. And then I just kind of ran with it. We became fast friends. I would borrow his equipment for gigs until eventually I ended up getting my own and just been out there just trying to make a name for myself ever since.
That's what's up.
What were you doing before you DJ'd?
I was really just working. I work with people with developmental disabilities in their day program, and I've done some group home work as well. So I was just kind of stuck with it, and then I just said, you know, I want to do something. I felt like I was meant to do more. So DJing it was just kind of like lightning in a bottle, you know. And then the podcast came along, and everything just kind of fell into place. I've been doing the Codex Prime podcast for the past 8 years. We're like on 300 and something plus episodes. A lot of opportunities came from that. I hosted some panels at Rhode Island Comic Con. I got to interview some really real famous people that I never thought in a million years that I would be able to talk to. But we made those moves happen, and they have happened. So yeah, I'm just going. I have no set goals at all. I'm just like, let this thing just go.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up.
And Lord knows where it takes me, and I'm just gonna enjoy the ride.
For real. I like that.
How'd you come up with your DJ name?
Yeah, ask a question? Like,
I'm sorry. Ask you a question.
No. How'd you come up with your DJ name?
That's not your question.
It was by social media, and then I just kind of I didn't feel like changing it. So it was Mr. Byrd 1027. I'm like, I ain't gonna change all that, and I can't think of something clever. So I just stuck with it, and then also my pop. It was also like a tribute to my pops as well.
You could have come up with like DJ Falcon or something like that for Byrd.
No, because that would have been just an open. That was an open door.
Is that your last name? Byrd?
Byrd, yeah, it is.
Okay, word. That makes sense.
So and my dad always liked to be called Mr. Byrd, so I was like, I have some prestige to it.
Yeah.
Just take it.
DJ Mr. Byrd, I fuck with
Yeah.
that. Alright, what was your first gig ever?
My first gig ever was I want to say it was a Sweet 16. Like my first paid gig was a Sweet 16, and I think I did okay. I did all right. You know, they seem to enjoy themselves, but it's like music was kind of changing to like the trap stuff that like everybody listens to now, and it's probably just my age. I just don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll play it because I have to, not because I
You want to, yeah, exactly.
You know, so like I just played it. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't bad. I did good. Everybody enjoyed themselves. And then I just kind of like this, tried to do family reunions and stuff just to kind of just to get good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's the main focus, just get good. Fame will come later.
Yeah,
So
practice
that's
makes perfect. Man.
Exactly. So that's what that was. And yeah, just kept growing from there.
Alright. What was your favorite gig so far?
My favorite gig so far had to have been last year's Sunset Party at 148.
Yeah.
Where it was I was actually chosen by DJ Lefty to open up along with DJ Big Show. Big shout out to them.
Shout out Lefty.
The legend.
Show, for real.
DJ Lefty.
And all three of us just freaking killed it the whole night. Like I probably could have left after my set, but I was like, after my set, and I was just like, nah, I'm staying for this whole thing. And it was just a whole vibe. It was that one, and I'd probably say one was with Lady Rock at True, where like our energies was just, we was just going back to back, and our energies was just like, we was like dancing with each other. Like we was, while everybody's dancing, we was giving them something to watch.
Yeah.
You know, and our energy was like 100 throughout the whole entire night.
I like that. That's cool.
So you have your podcast.
Right.
What do you guys talk about?
So we talk about all things nerd culture, where it ranges from comic books, movies, video games, pro wrestling, anything under that banner we cover.
How did you get into like just nerd stuff? Like, was there ever a time you broke away from like?
I was always a nerd.
Yeah.
Always, from as a little kid. You know, people. You know, I used to draw like a lot of like. I used to draw Ninja Turtles a lot when I was younger. And then I just started drawing. I just got into comics. X-Men, the animated show.
Yeah. I still watch that.
I watched it for the first time like months ago, and I was just like, yo, this show is fun.
Oh yeah.
It was some of the greatest writing ever. And then there was a lot of Batman the animated series. I'm a Marvel guy.
I'm watching that now too.
There you go. So yeah, and then there was also the Marvel Action Hour with the Fantastic Four and Iron Man.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge Fantastic Four fan.
Okay.
So just getting into that, and then my sister had a dance class. She used to go to a dance class on Chalkstone Ave, and then the comic book store was right next door. So I would say, Mom, I wanted to go to the dance class with you. Would you enjoy it? But it really was just to go next door to the comic book store, and that's when I watched the entire Phoenix saga of X-Men. And I still go, it's not on Chalkstone Ave anymore, but I still go to Ron Coco's Comics today.
And
every week.
That's fire.
That is fire. Wrestling. Now when I say like falling out, so I feel like with a lot of wrestling fans, like you watching it and then at some point you just stop. And then because everyone's like, oh, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake. And then you get back into it. Did you have that phase?
Not because of that. I mainly didn't have it because I didn't have cable.
Okay.
But
that too.
Yeah. Other than that, yeah, it's just I love pro wrestling. Like
what? All right, so it's not when you found out it was fake or it wasn't like real, but it's when you found out like how the business worked. What was like your reaction to it? How did you adapt to it?
I still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's like all right, I know it is, but let me just have fun with it. Like movies are fake.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't wrestle in me.
Yeah.
It wasn't until and then I actually trained to be a wrestler.
Yeah.
Under Brutal Bob Evans, who was in ROH.
Okay.
I also trained with Mike Bennett, who's currently in AEW and stuff. I have a practice match win over him, and I will hold that to this day. But anyway, so yeah, I actually learned how to start taking bumps and started learning a lot of ins and outs of the business, and like it made me just love it even more. Because now it gave me a new perspective on it, and I started appreciating much more like the technical aspect, how to tell a story in the ring, and so much more that these men and women put into. I appreciate it more. Yeah, I appreciate it much more. So it was just like, all right, I know I'm gonna love this for the rest of my life.
Yeah, wrestling used to be like one of the most favorite memories from being like a kid, because me and my dad, we would always watch. Friday nights we would always watch SmackDown, and then Monday night I would always be fighting to stay up at 9 o'clock so I could watch Raw.
Yeah.
And it came on USA.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Those were some of the most Mondays and Fridays, bro. Like that was my fucking time, bro. Me and my dad would just sit there for hours just watching that shit and be going crazy. Like I loved those times. But then after a while, I was one of those kids. Like I would go to school and shit, and I'd be like, yeah. Watched SmackDown last night, and they'd be like, bro, that shit's fake, and I'd be like, what? Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, and I let them get to me but I did fall off hard. But nah, I do feel you guys on that shit.
And I'm gonna say this right now: if there's any time to get back into it,
It's now.
now.
Because that shit's going crazy.
Wrestling is it's in a good state. It's in such a boom right now. Whereas like AEW, they just sold out Wembley, 80,000.
Yeah.
WrestleMania just sold out 90,000 in Philly,
Yeah, Philly's already sold out, right?
or pretty much
When is WrestleMania this year?
April.
Next year.
Yeah.
Next April.
In
Yeah.
Philly?
Yeah.
You wouldn't go. You hate Philly.
I do hate Philly.
I've been through it, but never like. No,
Philly's fine, guys.
yeah, no. I've been to Philly. I did go to Philly. I only went to King of Prussia Mall when I was there.
That's not Philly. That's not Philly.
It's a nice mall.
Yes, it's
Really?
a fucking
It's a
beautiful
gorgeous mall.
That's a fucking palace of a mall, but like, that yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's not Philly though.
Oh my god. So you haven't been to WrestleMania.
Never.
What's the best pay-per-view shows you've been to?
I'm gonna lie. This past Backlash
I was about to say Backlash.
was very good.
Yeah.
I went to Backlash in 09, and I would probably say my favorite one was Armageddon 05.
Damn.
Undertaker and Randy Orton, Hell in a Cell.
Damn.
You know what? You did ask me that on your show. I would say Undertaker, Orton, Hell in a Cell, probably my favorite match that I saw live.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. Damn. Yeah, I was telling him I went to WrestleMania in that life and how I seen Kofi Mania.
Yeah, that's just you don't.
You know it's crazy. So the build up to like us when we bought the tickets, it was like Kofi Mania didn't happen yet. So it was like kind of early on, but then it was like when he got when Ali got hurt and he stepped in, and then it was like, oh snap, Kofi could win the Elimination Chamber. And then he lost. It was like, damn, that kind of sucks. Okay, whatever. And then it was also like everyone rallied behind him. Then it was every week. He was like, nah, we finally got to get a chance to for a black wrestler from an African country to finally win. No, we need it. It's like the build up and like, and this is why I say he said like you appreciate the stories and stuff like that from wrestling. Like yeah, it may be fake, but it's like the choreograph, everything they put into it, that you can appreciate. Cause it's literally like every week something's happening for them. Like, nah, Kofi, you're not ready yet.
And
You're just a B+ player. You're not there yet. You're not gonna get. You won't be a champion. You'll be in a Hall of Fame, but with New Day, just the group. And it's like every week, everyone's just drawing into it. It's like I'm drawing into it more and more as the build up for it. So then it's like literally that day, like watching the match, like everyone, like yo,
It was that type of moment.
it's so crazy, like, and it was like matches like that, like Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar. It opened the show. And I hate Brock and I love Seth, so it was like off the rip when Seth won, I went crazy off the rip. And there's like some matches like everyone's doing the wave and stuff, everyone all having fun. And it was like that match I watched, so I'm like, nah, come on, Kofi, you got this, Kofi. And it's like, oh my God, no, he's gonna lose. Oh my God, he kicked out. Oh man, it's like every single moment, like they had you into it, they draw you into it. And then when it finally happened, you won. It's like, it's a sigh of relief, like, yo, this is like what we're really here for, like seeing something greater than anything else. And then for Kofi Kingston to be from Ghana, born, and coming over here and doing this, it's like, it's even better than that. So
I feel that. I definitely feel that.
And the talent, the matches, like it's well worth like getting into.
Bro, it's just the now that you guys talk about it, like the shit that we just used to look at, like the fucking Boogeyman, Rikishi, like all these wrestlers, bro. Like I
Shout out to
remember.
Rikishi. I met Rikishi before.
For real?
Oh, he called me Oos.
Yeah. Okay, Oos.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Oos. What's it called? Booker T Classic. Fucking. What was Sheamus and Hornswoggle? Whatever.
Yeah. But here's the thing, like Rikishi's sons, the Usos,
Yeah.
top players.
yeah,
Right now.
yeah.
Didn't he die? Was he still alive?
Rikishi? No, he's still
Rikishi is still alive. Somebody. I don't know.
Yokozuna.
Oh, Yokozuna.
Yokozuna, Umaga.
Umaga too. Yeah.
Met Umaga before.
Yeah.
One
Super
of the
cool guy.
nicest guys you ever meet.
Yeah.
Nice as ever.
That's tough. That's tough. You met Triple H?
Wish I did. I would love to pick his brain.
Undertaker?
My all-time favorite. I would cry if I ever meet him.
Kane?
Matt King.
Yeah, cool.
King was nice.
Yeah. I fuck with that. Shawn Michaels?
Wish. Damn.
Alright.
Do you wish to meet Shawn Michaels back then or now?
Now.
Because
I
there's a
think,
difference.
well, he would be professional with the kids back then. But now, most definitely.
Okay. Now, I mean, how much wrestling are you watching now? Like, are you watching everything, or you like?
I watch WWE and AEW consistently. Impact, if I catch it and it's on, I'll tune in. New Japan, I just kind of have to go off of highlights but Wrestle Kingdom, depending on who's on the card and if it's something I really want to see, yeah,
How many are there now?
Oh, there's a lot.
There's
tons.
divisions, there's
promotions.
There's a lot of promotions. You got
like you said New Japan?
New Japan. Well, New Japan's been around since 1970.
New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
And back then they weren't even the biggest one.
No.
Who was the biggest one back then?
WWE.
Well, in Japan itself, they weren't the biggest ones.
Yeah. There was a.
Whatever happened to ECW?
ECW went out of business.
That was on
2001.
Tuesdays, right?
ECW came on Fridays.
No, it wasn't ECW.
What they had-
It was TNA or T.
TNA is now
Impact.
Impact Wrestling.
Okay, weird. I used to.
They come
watch
on
TNA.
Thursdays.
Thursdays, that's what I used to.
Yeah.
Alright.
ECW folded to
Yeah,
2001, and then WWE revived it for a while, and then they.
Okay, because what? It was WWF, then WWE.
Yes.
Where was ECW in between?
ECW was it was 2001, like because they changed it. WWF went through the name change in 2002
Okay.
after the lawsuit with the Wildlife Fund. Yeah.
Just-
Yup.
Yeah, basically.
And that's why you see stickers that say WWF, but a panda is freaking hitting another panda with a chair. That's where that came from.
But no, there's WWE, AEW, Ring of Honor,
Yes.
which is ROH, Impact, New Japan, PWG.
What the fuck?
Triple A.
This is like
AAA.
soccer. Like literally all
Oh,
the
yeah.
leagues.
Yeah.
But yeah, the only one that everybody watches is what? Premier League.
Really, yeah.
Which is so it's basically Premier and La Liga that will watch soccer, AEW and WWE that will watch it basically. And then it's like
so if you get to WWE, you're top dog, like you're top league.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
say that.
On that.
yeah, because then even under WWE has NXT, and then they have like another promotion, I think.
They're gonna be
Like
starting
subdivisions.
NXT Europe soon.
Yeah, they
So
have
like subdivision.
Yeah.
and then they'll just like pull from them to bring them to like Raw, SmackDown.
Yeah.
So
It's
that's
like
like
how-
our G League.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right, makes sense.
yeah, basically.
So if you're in the G League for the WWE though,
You're still
from
good.
there.
You're still
from
You're
there.
still training with Shawn Michaels and everyone. Basically.
Yeah, because Shawn Michaels runs it.
Yeah.
He's the top dog in NXT right now. It used to be Triple H, but Triple H moved up to creative, and now Shawn Michaels.
Old motherfuckers.
Yeah, yeah.
They up there, but they.
Oh, God, yeah.
They moved. They earned their spots.
Yeah.
They definitely did.
Is there one wrestler now or back then that you hated and you just even now you just still hate? You're just like, I just don't like this guy.
Woo!
And no matter whether it was in the ring, out of the ring, or just anything.
JBL.
That's a hard one because being in the business and learning so much, you kind of just you get an understanding. Baron Corbin, I'm just not a fan of,
Exactly.
but I know why he's there. He's good at what he does. He's a natural hero. He's good at what he does. So, and also listening to Busted Open, listening to Bruce Pritchard and Eric Bischoff. Like when you're learning the business and you're also learning the history of the business, you get that better understanding and goes, wow, I hated this guy. I hated Yokozuna.
Yeah.
Yokozuna was that one back then. But then, learning about it, I'm like, dude, this dude was lightning in a bottle. He was greatness. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I can't say I stayed hating somebody.
Okay. Mine was like Randy Orton and Edge. I couldn't stand them back then, but I could
know me.
Yeah, I can respect it and like I love what they do.
Met Edge, nice guy.
Miz too.
Miz is an awesome guy.
I don't like Miz, but I can kind of respect like what he's done.
Chris
like
Masters, I fucking hate. I fucking hate
the Master Lock.
Yeah.
Masters he was too young to have to carry that much weight at that time.
That shit was ass. Bobby Lashley, I fucking hated.
Really? Bobby Lashley's the man.
I didn't like him. I didn't like Mark Henry.
Sexual chocolate?
Sexual chocolate. Listen, what's fuck his name?
Who else did I fucking hate? I used to hate Jimmy Wayne Yang. I used to hate Jimmy Wayne.
Yo, Jimmy was a beast in the ring because here's his thing. His gimmick was a huge mind fuck. He's an Asian
what's
redneck.
going on here? And he's flipping all around and fucking
he's a beast in the ring.
Yes, he was. What happened?
There you go.
Is he still around there?
He's after his daughter's actually wrestling now.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, he retired?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember all that shit. Eddie Guerrero dying. I remember
The day
Chris
wrestling
Benoit taking his whole family out.
That's still.
All right, so your take on it.
My take on the Chris Benoit situation.
With being like discreet
All right.
and everything else or whatever.
Okay.
That shit was fucked up.
Because I've heard a lot of things. I've watched, the Dark Side of the Ring.
All right, I believe that was actually one of the best episodes I've ever seen because it was finally time to tell that story and they told it properly. You know,
What's Dark Side of the Ring?
It's a documentary. It's a docuseries on Vice TV, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, on Vice TV.
About
And they just about anybody. But they tell like the stories that WWE will never tell.
Really?
Yeah. Like
some they have told. They told the Montreal Screwjob to at nauseam.
Yeah.
I've heard the Von Erich story, which is actually sad, but one of my favorites.
They come out with a movie for that too.
Yeah, Zac Efron's playing Kevin, I believe.
Yeah.
What?
The Von Erichs.
What happened?
The Von Erichs were they were
Like the Hardy Brothers?
Yeah, they were all wrestlers. Yeah, they were wrestlers, all brothers. There was 5 of them. Only one of them still alive.
They were all doing drugs or something?
Drugs had played a factor in it. One got sick. David got sick, and David was probably the best one out of all. Like, he was set to be the NWA World Champion back in the 80s, and that was like a big deal, like Ric Flair type level. But he ended up getting sick. Over in Japan, and he passed away. Kerry Von Erich just got into, who was the Texas Tornado back in the day. He ended up like getting into some trouble with the law. He probably was gonna do some serious jail time, but he didn't want to, I guess, embarrass the family name, so he ended up killing himself.
God damn, that's worse than embarrassing the family name.
Yeah. Mike Von Erich ended up getting this bad injury, went into toxic shock syndrome, but because he had a hard time recovering, he ended up shooting himself. Same thing with their little brother Chris, who was just like the smaller of the bunch, but yeah, he had like bad asthma and stuff, and all he wanted to do was wrestle. He didn't want to do nothing else but wrestle. When he failed at that, took him to a depression, shot himself.
God damn.
Bro, that story is like crazy.
Shit like the Curse of the Kennedys or something.
People have said that, but
yeah. Nah, their story is crazy. But no, yeah, Benoit. Because Benoit is one of my favorites. And
yes, absolutely, like one of the most talented.
Tough motherfucker.
Talented in the ring, one that if you're getting into the business, if you want to, like, if you can get past his final days, study him.
Yeah.
As far as like move wise,
yeah.
he didn't really have that type of he didn't have the mic skills. But it's unfortunate that his final days will overshadow his entire career. It is very unfortunate. I believe like he would be he would have every accolade that that anybody would of his caliber would deserve. It's just unfortunate that his final days will forever overshadow that.
Because I remember that actually that like week or something they didn't air the actual like SmackDown or whatever it was. They had the ceremony for him.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on? But then actually too, I remember my mom earlier that day was watching the news and it was on the news. So I'm just like, yo. Like,
Yeah, they didn't find out. So what happened was it happened. I want to say the murders happened on like Saturday, Sunday-ish. Then Monday they actually aired a tribute, like empty arena tribute.
Yeah.
So but then
and it was after when Vince McMahon was in the limo that blew up, and then
yeah, they were supposed to have a fake. They were supposed to have a fake death, but you know they had to scrap that because all right, some real life shit just happened. So, but according to Something Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard, they did not find out until like what happened until like the final half hour. So then the next day, that's when the reports came out like, oh, he did it. So on Tuesday night on ECW, well, when they recorded SmackDown on ECW came on. ECW was live that night, so that's when Vince made the announcement and said, all right, okay, last night we aired a special tribute to Chris Benoit, but now, the details came out. We will never mention him again. Little by little, nowadays they are, like it's a rare occasion because it doesn't make sense to promote him. They're not trying to erase him from history. It just doesn't make sense to promote him. Because no matter what you say, when you say Chris Benoit, we even say the name Benoit, the first thing you're gonna think about is his final days.
That's very true. That's crazy.
It is.
That's crazy. We can really go on.
What do you have, depression or some shit?
They attributed like
Drugs,
years later in hindsight, CTE and depression. Because a lot of it was because Eddie Guerrero died first. And
that was his best friend. Yeah.
His best friend.
Damn. Yeah, and he died of a heart attack, right? Chavo.
Yeah. It was from a heart condition he never knew he had. So, like, Chris never, even though they offered it to him, Chris never took that time to grieve. He just said they did a European tour like right after that, and he went on that tour. Where it should have been healthy for him to take that time off, like grieve your best friend, heal, take as long as you need, but he never did that. So it just a lot of that just bottled up.
Yeah, that's crazy. We really can talk about wrestling.
Lord knows I can.
Marvels. So you're Marvels over DC.
Yes.
What do you think of like the state of like the MCU right now?
Okay, the state of the MCU. All right, because I talked this before. I believe I'm still excited for what comes out because they're telling a major story with the multiverse. But I feel like in Marvel's Fall 2, they are releasing a little too much. But then I also believe the pandemic kind of pushed everything back, so they're trying to get right back on schedule. Yeah. So they're putting out a little too much content all at once to keep up with it.
Regardless if it's shitty or not.
Yeah.
Plus the writer's strike right now, so it's pushing a lot.
Yeah, it's pushing a lot of things back.
She-Hulk was trash.
I like She-Hulk because that is the She-Hulk character.
She-Hulk was trash.
If you didn't know the character, you wouldn't have understood it.
That's fair, but She-Hulk.
A lot of people didn't like Secret Invasion. I thought it was cool.
I thought Secret Invasion was very good. I was watching with Chris. Chris was like, "Turn this shit off. This shit's trash." I was like, "What are you talking about? Like, this is pretty good. Like, I fuck with it."
Okay, so I have a question. So with Secret Invasion, so there was a lot of people that's like, when Blake found out Rhodey was a Skrull, and they're like, "Oh, when should they, say when it was and stuff like that." I said Civil War is the best time to basically say it, because that's the best time you can sneak in, get him out of there, boom. And everything else kind of leading up to where he didn't really have his crutches, and he was walking perfectly fine. I thought, all right, that's a good time to kind of get it in.
But yeah, that's the thing. Because one thing that Marvel loves to do, they love to test their audience on their metal.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't notice that he didn't have his leg braces.
Mm-hmm.
You had to think about that.
Yeah.
You had to go, doesn't he usually have leg braces? He's a Skrull. Now you want to figure out who else was a Skrull.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, if you think back, in the comics, it was a much bigger event.
Yeah.
So because you couldn't trust anybody because you never knew who was a Skrull.
Yeah.
So now they took the Skrulls, divided them in half, saying, all right, we have some good ones who will side with us, and now we have some bad ones who's gonna rebel. There's the story. You know, they took a big event and had to kind of condense it because you couldn't tell that. People will get bored with it really quick if they did it on a level of like
wide scale.
Yeah, if they did it on a much wider scale.
Yeah.
So that's why I appreciated that they did do that and they made it the way that it was. You know what I mean? It gives more depth to Nick Fury instead of just being a guy here or there putting everybody together. You know, it introduced newer characters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that could lead to something big. Now, Emilia Clarke's character, she's a Super Skrull now.
Yeah.
She's gonna be important.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys see the Marvels?
It doesn't come out until November.
Oh shit, I thought it already dropped.
Yeah.
Did you watch Captain Marvel?
Yes.
Did you like it?
Probably my least. I thought it was okay. One of my least favorite ones. Probably the bottom two. That and Eternals.
Okay, let's talk about Eternals.
All right.
Let's talk about Eternals. Now, I seen something that I brought up to my friend Chris the other day too, on Twitter, and they were saying, the literal tweet said, wait until they find out that Eternals is really just an introduction for the X-Men to the MCU.
You are correct.
And I want to elaborate on that, please, because I want to.
Remember, the Eternals have been around forever. They were the ones that introduced the XG.
Case closed.
Yep.
That makes sense. That makes all the sense right there.
Basically, everything I've heard from that, it's like, all right, once they really start digging into the Celestial that's just frozen, no one talks about adamantium. Who has adamantium?
Celestials.
X-Men. Wolverine. That's a mutant. The one thing I did like about Miss Marvel is like, okay, they're starting to start talking about mutants. Hey,
There's a mutation.
There's a mutant gene in you. There's something, huh? And they're like, oh snap, X-Men's are coming. They are gonna come soon. Like,
oh, they're coming.
So it's happening.
Did you see New Mutants?
I did not.
You didn't see it?
No.
I heard that show was trash. I heard it sucked.
And they reshot it and made it PG-13 when they didn't have to. New Mutants
They should have
horrible.
They should have made it a horror movie.
Kept it. It was probably because I can't say if
that
it was
like
good
an
or not,
X-Men
but
spin-off,
it was
right?
supposed to be. Yeah, it was probably fine the way it was, but they didn't feel like. I guess they didn't feel at that time that a rated R superhero movie would work. It wouldn't generate enough revenue, especially horror. They didn't think it would generate enough revenue because parents are bringing
their kids
their
to see
kids.
superheroes and shit.
Yeah. Deadpool proved them wrong.
Yeah.
After the fact,
Werewolf by Night, the special, that was a good special.
that was good.
That was a good special.
What was?
Werewolf by Night.
It's a special on Disney Plus. It basically just like an hour show, basically. Just one thing, real quick, but it's like they did the purpose. Like they did the job, introduced new characters real quick, and it's like, oh snap, that can lead into this or this snap, basically.
And that's why I love it, because especially me being a Marvel fan, I'm watching these movies, knowing that these movies will come out, knowing that this character is gonna be in there. I'm also a collector too. I'm a comic collector too. Oh, let me get this comic's first appearance. Let me get this character's first appearance. Somehow, some way, I'll get my hands on it, and I'm like, all right, they're gonna introduce him. Watch what happens. When the moment they introduce a character or they announce a character.
My least favorite Was it a Marvel movie? Venom 2?
Awful. Not Marvel
Sony-
Studios,
Sony,
but it was Sony's without Spider-Verse.
Yeah, basically.
Trash.
Garbage.
I think the only good thing that
But how are
Sony
they
did
not-
was Into the Spider-Verse.
How are they not? Okay, so they still had a cutscene at the end of Carnage, though, didn't they?
Correct.
And it's
And
still
did
tied in.
nothing with it.
I didn't
He did nothing
understand
with it.
Yeah,
It was just.
So-
Hey, make sure you go see No Way Home, which everybody was gonna do anyway.
And I was just like, okay. And then there was another one. I think it was at the end of the Eternals, where it was a dude and it was like a bot. I gotta look it up or some shit. But it was just a suitcase and it was a random dude in the room. It was a black dude. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna explain that to you.
Yeah,
So,
the Blade came out.
yeah, Blade. It was Mahershala Ali. He's gonna be Blade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Black.
And Kit Harington, he plays Black Knight. That's gonna be the sword that he opened up is Excalibur. So he's going to be the Black Knight.
That's fire.
Dane Whitman.
I was just like, I was sitting there and I was just like, yo, I don't get that one. And I just sat here for like an extra 5 minutes. What the fuck?
See, also after I'm watching everything, I go on YouTube and watch all the like Screen Crush and New Rock Stars. Like I'll watch all the theories and like see. It like so I do the research. So like I'm not the comic guy. So like I don't. So when they say this is supposed to happen in the comics and this and that, I don't really care. I'm like, look, they're still telling a really good story, even if you guys are saying like, oh, they changed this and that. So like I do like to watch the videos and see like, all right, what's going on, what things that I missed that you guys caught, because I know damn well I didn't see everything. So
and that's the thing with Marvel movies too. You gotta read between the lines. And one of my favorite things to do with them is like they're Easter eggs. Their Easter eggs are so like fun, and they're fun to find for me to find. So I'm like, what was this from? I'm like, oh, that license plate says that. Oh, what was this place? Oh, it's the first appearance of this character.
yeah.
So what's gonna be the next like big like? Okay, so it was Endgame. Then what's the next now?
Well, they're telling the multiverse story.
So is it gonna be one where it's gonna be like a big ass compilation like all of them?
They're gonna do
this.
What is it gonna be called?
And it's going to be
So Avengers 5 is Kang Dynasty.
and then Secret Wars. Depending on which Secret Wars you read, oh, that's gonna be some shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna say it now. We're not gonna get the Endgame moment that we got before. We're never gonna get that again.
Yeah.
Because the portal scene,
That shit was fire.
exactly.
That's probably one of the best scenes in cinema.
Now, did you see that opening weekend in the theater?
Yeah, I did. We went crazy.
It was like you were watching a sporting event.
Everybody
That's
was
the
going ape shit.
first time that excuse me. That's the first time that anything had happened like that.
Yeah.
So it's one of those like you had to be there for it. You know, I'm watching the.
I mean, Civil War people were jumping up and down too. They were
but
going crazy.
not like Endgame. Not like the portal scene in Endgame.
Not like when that last portal
On your left.
started coming out.
On your left.
Because you thought that shit was done, bro.
I was there the first night on that Thursday.
Me
I was
too.
there, Olivia and my dad. We went that night, and people went crazy.
Exactly.
I think the closest was when Toby and No Way Home.
Oh yeah, that's the closest
that's
you
the
got.
closest.
And that was just the worst kept secret.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everyone already knew it was gonna happen. But
Right.
it was just like it happened. It's like, oh man.
The thing is,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
we
yeah.
knew it was gonna happen. Now the question is how. Just like Endgame, you knew everybody was gonna come back and win.
But it's like how?
How? And they over delivered.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get that moment again because it's like it's one of those.
Damn.
things. You had to be there. You had to have been there.
I mean, something can happen. Something.
Oh, you'll get something and it'll be great.
But not that.
But it's
caliber.
not going to be that level because that's the first time we got that. It's never like the first.
So I think Secret Wars will get somewhat close to it.
Yeah.
Because sequel where basically it's Battle World, where they basically, so in the comics they say that Doctor Doom basically created Battle World and they put everyone there, and it basically fights to their death, and that basically resets the whole thing. So Doctor Doom is what Kang is right now.
Yeah.
So they're basically like, all right, we're about to basically reset everything, which has
Kang become.
Kang is the Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah.
He is like the ultimate because he's the one who discovered the multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
So like he pretty much kind of controls it.
Wasn't that in
Loki.
Yeah, it was Loki where he was going.
And
They were
season
all in the
2?
stadium, all the Kangs.
Oh no, that was the
yeah,
end of
yeah.
That was the end of Ant-Man.
Okay,
That's why I'm like,
yeah,
And that's-
Quantum Mania, that's right.
And that was like the big like comic book like Kang Dynasty one with like all the pictures and like
Yeah.
they literally recreate everything. I was like, nah, that's kind of
That's
tough,
fire,
though.
yeah.
and they're all different variants
Uh-huh.
of them.
A lot of people didn't like Ant-Man though. I don't know why. They said Quantum Mania was ass. I liked it.
I had no problem.
I liked the
I didn't
Ant-Man
have a
series.
problem.
I liked it. I just
didn't
hated MODOK. MODOK was trash.
Yeah, whatever.
MODOK was trash. As a Marvel head, I will admit that.
But did you like MODOK from like the comic books? I heard a lot of people just don't like MODOK to begin with.
He's kind of rumor has it they wanted to get Jim Carrey for that role,
That would
but they couldn't get him.
that would
For
be cool.
MODOK, yeah, I can see.
Oh, he's that type of character.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Jim Carrey would have knocked it out the park.
Oh, yeah. Jim Carrey in the MCU now.
Yeah, but they couldn't have done that. And MODOK's much more of a bigger deal, so they kind of just dumped him down.
You know he's going to a Grinch too. Oh no, that's fucking Mike Myers. I'm the wrong guy. My fault.
Jim Carrey retired.
Jim Carrey retired from
Yeah.
acting.
Yeah.
For real?
Sonic 2 was his last movie.
You can't end on
No,
Sonic 2.
No. So what about 3?
Sonic 2 was his last movie.
That's kind of big.
I could have sworn.
Who's supposed to be Blade? Come
damn.
on, man.
Who was supposed to be Blade?
We're supposed to Sonic 3. They already had the freaking thing. But no. No, the only thing Ant-Man, because I heard the rumors like they did like a lot of like last minute reshoots and stuff like that, and they said like, oh, Scott was supposed to die and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things I was like kind of waiting for. I'm like, all right, they didn't do this, but I'm like,
Well, also too, I think Quantumania was also just supposed to give us a little more extra understanding of the quantum realm.
mm-hmm.
Instead of it just being like, all right, this is just a tunnel and stuff. There's more that does go on in the quantum realm,
Mm-hmm.
and it has a piece in the multiverse. And I think that's what a lot of fans do. A lot of fans are just impatient right now. And they want Endgame for every movie.
Yeah.
You're not going to do that because you got to build up. If you look at the Infinity Saga, not every movie was like this big spectacle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And also we didn't really truly know that they were telling the Infinity Saga story until the end of the first Avengers movie. We didn't know we was gonna get Thanos. Then we barely got Thanos in like what 3 or 4 movies
Yeah.
until
And
Infinity
they
War.
changed them like a few times before they even settled on Brolin.
No, Brolin was Guardians. There's only one other actor who played.
Yeah.
Thanos. I forget his name. It was a black guy too, but he only just did the turnaround. But then other than that, it was Brolin.
Brolin was in Guardians?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
He just wasn't credited.
Oh, okay. I thought it was someone else.
Yeah.
Because it was a short scene with him and stuff like that.
Yeah, everything else was Brolin was Thanos even in What If.
Yeah, I know that,
Yeah. And like I said, you just kind of got to let them tell the story.
I'm
Be
here for
patient.
that. I understand it because I'm with you on that. I feel like they get mad at every single thing that's happening. And it's like, yo, like, first of all, not everything in the Infinity Saga was good. I didn't like the first Avengers because I thought it was boring. But again,
I love the first Avengers.
again, it's them telling, all right, we're bringing this team together. So
We're bringing them.
you had
Now we got them together.
now we can do everything.
What are they gonna go after?
So again, when I first seen it, I was like, this is boring. I fell asleep in movie theaters. I fell asleep every time watching. Now I'm like, okay, I get it. I understand it. It's my favorite. It's still not my favorite Marvel movie. But again, I still not my favorite one and stuff like that. But I can understand
Civil
it.
War was good.
I love Civil
War was
Civil War.
Captain America 1 and 2 was really good.
Two was
2 was crazy.
amazing. 2 was amazing. Winter Soldier was amazing.
Yeah, I seen that one in the movie. I was like, oh snap! This
All
was
the
fire.
Iron Mans are tough too. I like them.
Third one.
I was a good.
The third one is
You didn't like the third one?
I will put it in I put it in like lower tier.
Lower tier?
Yeah, it makes sense.
What? With Eternals in that pile? And
Yeah, in the same pile as Eternals.
Yeah.
And Venom 2.
Venom 2 ain't MCU. Don't do that.
He said, don't even put that in
Don't
there,
even throw that.
Yeah,
Man, oh god, that was so bad. I mean, Woody Harrelson he worked with what they gave him, but that movie was just garbage.
And then Venom goes and sees Carnage and he's like, that's a red one and is afraid of it. I'm like, what, bro? Like, come on, bro. You're Venom. You're running from this shit. What the fuck? Oh my god.
And this is the same Venom that said, like a turd.
Yeah, literally, like,
Like, that's a real line. Honestly, I went to the movies to see that movie
I did.
just so I can hear that line.
yeah. That was a good movie. That was funny.
The first one was okay.
The first one was good. The second one was total ass.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
And I love Andy Serkis too, bro. It was just,
Yeah. Yeah, we literally could do this all day, but you just want to wrap it around?
Yeah, let's do some wraparound questions. We're gonna ask you some quick questions. You gotta answer it off the top of your head as quick as you can because it is wraparound, alright?
gotcha.
Alright, so favorite ice cream color?
Favorite ice cream
See,
color?
yeah, I fucked with you. I got you. Ice cream flavor.
Oh, chocolate chip
cookie.
cookie. Chocolate chip cookie dough.
Go.
What's wrong with you, fruit? Favorite fruit?
Fruit? Plums.
Plums.
Come on, it's not
Favorite song?
Favorite song, Crying by Maya Hawthorne featuring Kendrick Lamar.
Okay. Alright.
Best WWE title.
Best WWE title. It was the one where Austin first won it. It was the circle. It was the big circle, the big eagle, but it had the old school block logo on it. Not the winged eagle, the big eagle.
Favorite DJ of all time?
Oh, favorite DJ of all time. That's a good one. I would have to say, damn, that's more of a top 5 type
Yeah.
deal. I'll throw Jaguar Skills for one of them. You kind of gotta go with Grandmaster Flash.
Yeah.
I always, he's more of a mix show DJ. So, and DJ Juice.
DJ Juice?
Yeah.
Top 3 MCU movies.
Top 3 Endgame, Black Panther, and the first Guardians.
Top 3 favorite MCU characters of all time.
Of all time? Ooh. Gotta go Tony Stark. Black Panther. And Thanos.
Thanos?
Favorite DC movie. Ain't much of it,
Dark Knight.
Yes. Not Dark Knight Rises?
but
No, I will take Dark Knight
Dark Knight.
over Dark Knight Rises any day.
Rises was not.
Rises was good. The whole
Rises
trilogy
was
was good.
The whole
but
trilogy was
you
good.
got- but
But Dark Knight's
Dark Knight's the
Dark Knight
the top tier.
Yeah. Damn. Favorite DCU character?
DCEU?
No, DCU. DCU. Like,
Oh, favorite DC
universe,
character?
yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, you gotta go Batman. I'll go with
Batman?
Yeah, safe option.
Who would win in a fight? Black Panther or Batman?
Black Panther, hands down.
Why?
He knows about 90 different martial arts. There you go.
Yo, I've seen that discussion on TikTok. It's funny.
That you remember
Deadpool or Black Panther?
Deadpool. Deadpool
Deadpool,
can't
no
die.
guns, no guns.
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Deadpool can't die. He has a healing factor.
Alright, damn, we could do this.
We could really go all day. Last one for me. Favorite vegetable.
Favorite vegetable? Corn. No, corn's technically a starch. Yeah, I guess broccoli.
Broccoli. Word. Robin versus Nightwing. Who win? And we're talking Dick Grayson Nightwing versus Tim.
Tim Drake.
No, he's younger. That would be making him older. Damian
Wayne. Dick Grayson.
Dick Grayson.
Yeah, Damian Wayne's too bad. He's too much of an angry.
Raja Ghul got him. What you
Raja
mean?
Ghul.
Like
He's still angry. He's still
He's got
angry.
anger in him,
He's
bro.
angry.
Damian is my
He-
favorite character,
listen,
bro.
He's angry, and a narrow mind is a weak mind.
Yeah, that's very true.
Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Mr. Byrd. God damn.
Hell yeah. I'm the fucking I like this.
That was,
I like this.
that was a really good episode. Damn, I literally, we could just keep going
We
and
can.
going and going.
I'm really good.
So,
But
yeah.
alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of our show. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Tariq, tell them where they can find you at.
You can find me at Red Lounge Thursday, Friday, Sunday. My mother's birthday. Happy birthday, Miss A Block.
Happy birthday, Miss A Block.
50th birthday. 50th birthday.
And still look 25.
Don't hit on this man's mom.
I'm not hitting on her, I'm complimenting her.
You know, because he knows she'll just cuss him out anyway.
Literally.
Oh, okay.
So Red Lawn Thursday, Friday, Sunday, 7 to 10 tomorrow on Thursday, 6 to 11 on Friday, and then 2 to 10 food kitchen open on Sunday for football season. So make sure you guys come out to Red Lounge. Mixing with Chef Tarik. I'm not sure what kind of episode this week, just because next week, September 24th. 3 anniversary show at Red Lounge, 11:30 with all the DJs. You gonna be there?
At 11:30, I can make it.
Okay. That's all I want to hear. So I don't know if I have a show this week, but next week, 3 anniversary show, mixing up with Chef Tarik. Very excited for that as well. And then just here at the Mixing Pop Podcast. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Mixing Pop Pod, MXNG. ChefTarik.com on Instagram and TikTok, Facebook, Chef Tarik, YouTube, Chef Tarik, Meal Prep and Catering.
Yep.
Oh, you can find me at Mr. Byrd 1027 on everything. You can also follow the Codex Prime podcast on all your social media platforms and also all your podcasting platforms. And you can check me out. I'll be at Escada this Saturday for the Rhode Island listeners. I'll be at Escada in Johnston this Saturday from 8:30 to 12. So come on out. I mean, I'm not trying to compete with Red Lounge. I'm trying to get in the Red Lounge. So George, hit me up.
There you go.
Hell yeah. And you can find me on IG at I_LoveYouDrew. You can also find me at Second Human on IG. You can catch me recording the Chef Tarik show every Sunday at 11. I'm getting better. I'm getting ish. Yeah, exactly. 11-ish. On Instagram Live. You can also catch me here on the Mixing Pop Podcast with me and my wonderful co-host, Chef Tarik. You can also stay tuned. Just stay tuned. I got fashion things coming up. I got a lot of photo shoots, acting gigs, all that stuff coming up. So just stay tuned. Projects on projects on projects. We know fall's coming. Maybe we should get Chef Tarik behind the lens, you know? I mean, in front of the lens. Get a nice little photo
I can
shoot.
take a quick pic. It ain't gonna be good, but
Maybe get you a nice little red plaid, little lumberjack theme. Walk through the
a
woods.
bounty man.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you could be. Anyway, that's it. That's the end of the podcast, guys. Yeah, just if you're not listening to the Mix and Pop podcast, then what the hell are you listening to? For real. Or if you're not listening to Mr. Byrd podcast either, so make sure you listen to both of them wherever you can get your podcast. But that is it. Have a wonderful day. This is gonna be released on Friday, so happy Friday morning, guys. Happy Friday, and enjoy your weekend as well. So we're out.
Peace.